What is good, guys and girls of YouTube? It is your boy Justin Omoi here with another video for y'all. This is the next step in towards making the beat, the tutorial series I've done. If you haven't seen it, check the playlist. Anyways, this is the fourth part. This is where the sound of blech and oh, this sounds good comes in. Most of the times when people make beats, they do get all the sounds, but it just doesn't feel like it's out there. It doesn't feel like it explodes. It doesn't feel like what everyone else has, basically. And that's because the mixing process. The mixing process will help spread out these sounds, help give it a uniformed sound, and make it feel like it all fits in together. Now, what do I mean? By the way, for those who didn't see, this is all the structure. I didn't really do anything at all since the last time. I'm going to shorten this. We don't really need this. The reason why we're highlighting the chorus, by the way, that's double clicking. So if I double click, that way we could hear every sound at the same time when it's being played and see if it all fits together. I like to do this first for me. I like to get all the percussion sounds and have them soloed one by one and work on them all, at a time. So meaning the bell sound and this lead sound. I'm gonna mute those, so I guess I'll lock them. To lock, you hold shift and then click on the solo, and it'll turn into a lock. So that means when we unmute it or when we unsolo, everything is lit. These are not, meaning it's not gonna play. Keep the hat. I'm gonna just use the hat for starters. When it comes to all the sounds, I like to give them their own space, give them their own room. And by doing this, I mean go to parametric EQ2, change these little shelves into their pass, high pass, and I'm depending on the how intensity, I'm gonna change this little curve here. We'll see. For hi-hat, we want the high sounds, the high treble sounds. So if I hit play, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there's stuff introduced. There's things here. Let me see if I could give you a better example. I'm going to go to save preset and just drag this over here. And I'm going to raise this one up by all the way. Brace your ears. But you see how intense those sounds are? How it's there? It's present. Even over here, you can't see it, but it's there. So what we have to do is take the high pass and basically cut all the stuff we don't want. If you listen closely, you could tell there's a difference between this and that. And you may think, hey, that's weird because you're taking out these frequencies here, and it makes it sound a little bit more quash or squashed. That's where I don't know why it says quash. Sounds cool, but yeah, the reason why we're doing this is to take out frequencies we don't need. We're going to be recreating, or having that presence be remade with the reverb, which I'll go about after we do all this stuff. So what I'm going to do for now is just literally cut what we don't want and possibly boost what we do or what we favor. So since this hi-hat, is a high frequency, maybe we could play around or sculpt up. I'm going to scroll this around. I like this frequency here. Just go here and just drag it down. I like that. Okay. I'm content with how that sounds so far. So let's just go into the next ones. I'm going to leave the hat on though and just turn on the next one. So snare. This one has a bit more of an upper than the regular snare would. Just a snap. But yeah. All right, cool. I found a couple of frequencies I like in the snare that I want to stick out. With the rest of the sounds, you could leave it as so, but remember we have a hi-hat, so if we lower down the frequencies of the snare's higher side, we could allow more room for the hat to have its own breathing space. So let's see. Cool. Thing about the high frequencies, it's easy to have like higher sounds all fit in together. When it comes to the low side, especially the bass side, it's more harder to have other sounds like stockpiling on top of it without you know, kind of like weird things going on about it. So just know that the higher end has a bit more tolerance. That's the word to say. Where the lower end will have less tolerance. It'll be more precise. It'll be more sensitive. Yeah, that's the word. Now I'm not gonna dip this thing all the way down because we don't have any mid frequencies being used in the processor right now. So I'm leaving it like that. I like it like that, the way it feels to me. And this one's for the kick. So you see this kick has a lot of harmonic stuff in it. I'm not sure if you can see it. Where's the freeze button? Is there a freeze button? I remember there was a freeze button on this. Okay, yeah, you gotta take off. So you see right here, all those lines, that's like, it's like a ×2 kind of thing. So you can see over here it's 20, or yeah, about 2000 hertz. And then over here around 3000 or so. And then, you know, 4000. And as you go more to the right side, it's getting like tinier and tinier, that gap. That's the type of harmonic stuff. Of course, we're not going to want that though. So just take the low pass and do that. And we're cutting all that. We don't want that. So let's turn this back on. What I'm doing here doesn't apply to every kick. Every kick has its own sound. So you see and feel what you like. Okay? I'm just doing this because this is what I'm feeling. Ooh, too much. I don't want to put too much on the sub side because that's where the 808's gonna like have its little shine, especially in the upper mid as well, like a 120 range here. I'll show you how we're gonna fix that though. That's not a problem when it does collide. Some people like to EQ their bass until they hear like the rocks in their ears like jump up and down. You don't have to worry too hard on that right now because remember, with the mastering process, we're gonna have to bring those sounds, those EQs up, and you know, favor it on that side. You don't want to do too much when it comes to mixing. Just be subtle. Shakers. That sounds weird. This one is off? Is it off? Yeah, it is off. Why is that one off? That's weird. Okay, you stay there. Control S. It worked the other way as well too, like giving it an accent. I'll give it more there. And reduce a little bit there. But also don't forget to do the pass. Even though it doesn't look like it's a lot, having all these sounds like pile up on each other, like the hi-hat, the shaker, which one? The crash, I believe, and even the Congo sound, having those little artifacts will pile up. Okay. You know you're liking it if it's all like, it feels like it has a place. In this case, it has a place for me. Maybe the hat's good. If you have a mixer board or a mixer with the faders or a keyboard controller with the faders, you can link them, put them all down, and raise them all up until they sound good. If a sound doesn't sound as great, put it back down, work on every other sound, and then bring it back up to introduce it. See if it feels good in terms of leveling. This sound is kind of like annoying, but you know, leaving it there. See again with the artifacts, we don't want that. We could be not too harsh on this one. The reason why I'm lowering this is because we do have the hi-hat. Let me show you. If I do it like that, we have the hi-hats like having some favor here. And I don't want that to, you know, be too much. Even though over here 10,000, 9,000, maybe I could lower that as well, and be more precise. I could what's this, number 5? Control C. Go here to number 3. Control, was it V or P? Oh shit. Right click, paste. There. Now we have the exact number, 9318, and we're good. this more precision. Okay, I like that. Congo. Okay. If I were to do this, you hear that? That's almost an octave actually, so let me find that. Alright, there we go. I'll boost that piece a little bit. In this case though, we're gonna have to do the both of them passes. And cut off all that crap. I think I could create a notch. Let me see if I could. Or they call it a band pass. Oh wait, no, it's a notch. Yeah. Cool. This is a pretty tight EQing I'm doing here. I'm cutting out everything. Just giving that piece here, the low mid, its own signature feeling. And yeah, anyways, all this is done. Now we got to do the 808. The 808 could kill or take a lot of stuff. Let me put back this one on and turn this on. Yeah, the conga is not even getting that much ears. So let me band 2. I'll do this. Control C. Go. Same band 2. Control P. Drop it down. There we go. I can hear that more. Let me show you a comparison. You see, you hear that conga even had a buzz on it. This is whatever though. This one. Alright, cool. Now something you probably noticed by now, the kick in the 808. Let me go into second verse actually, because that's where we get more action on the kick. So put this on bar. What I mean is this. I'll move that there. Pull up the EQs. Okay, right here where the kicks are, it's like it's eating those frequencies away. It's not giving it like, this is my spot kind of thing. It's trying to fuse in that sense. It's okay though, but I could show you a method where we could lower that sound. What I'm gonna do is take the routing, put it on, and turn it all the way down, and then in here I'm gonna go to a limiter. Fruity limiter, where art thou? There we go. Oh, my back. I'm gonna click the compressor and I'm gonna change the sidechain to 1. That way whenever the kick is played, it'll like, you know, trigger or find it. You see these little dots, these little peaks? Those are the kick sounds. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm taking this threshold and using the kicks threshold as the compression trigger. So let me do this. And curve there. I'm gonna give it some ratio now. Okay. If I were to put the limiter before the thing. This one's the 808. If I were to give you a more extreme. See how the frequencies are like lowered, way lower. I don't know why that scratchy scratch was sounding. Let's see, 512. I wonder why. That's weird. That's the first time on this PC. But to me, it sounds like I hear both the bass and the kick like together now. Okay. Now that we got that down, let me go ahead and do this as well. I'm going to create a reverb send for the drums. To do this, basically take an empty insert, go here, find reverb 2 for me in FL Studio, reverb 2, and shoot, since we got the drum room preset, use it as a bass. Now I'm going to take all these percussion sounds, even the kick, except for the bass 808. I'm going to right click and I'm going to route to this track. Cool. And on the reverb, I'm going to make sure that the dry is off because we wouldn't want the dry. I'm going to take this and open it up some if I want. And I'm going to play around with the settings so it feels, nice. At this point, I could throw in these sounds. And don't worry if it sounds all muddy because we could lower it down. For the decay, I'm listening to the snare. So I kind of like the way the snare sounds at 0.9. Yeah, cool. All we got to do now, let me rename this. I don't know, I guess that. Oh, we could also stereo spread this even more. Don't forget we could do panning as well, which I like to do. Snare a little bit here. Feels fitting. Yeah. When it comes to panning, I'm looking at both the spread, the stereo's like 3D image, how it sounds like around you, as well as the volume in comparison to other sounds. Like the snare has the highest sound right now, except for the kick with it, But you see the snare is up here, it's panned a little bit to the left. It has strength on the left side a lot, and these other sounds, although they're all like all three together on the right side, it feels fitting to me. And they're lower sound. Not to mention the conga only comes out around the end, so yeah. Alright, sounds good. Why, but something about that sound here, this frequency, makes me want to itch my ear hole inside. I don't know. It's like it's something I want to hit. I don't know why. Ew. But see, now we're playing with the mid. The only other mid that we really had was a snare, so we have more play in the middle to like add and tweak up and whatnot. Sounds so high maintenance. Cool. Something you could do if you want, you could go in here and find wave candy, and then change on to a vector scope. Let me just resize this first and then vector scope. I'm gonna take the color all the way up. And you can play just to give yourself a visual to see if it's hidden around a lot of aspects. Like over here. So it looks like it is getting a lot of work around there. What I see here. Yeah. I can even like throw in a what you call it, a limiter real quick just to overpower the sound. Not recommended. Okay, it looks nice to me in terms of the way I want it to sound and the way I hear it on the left and right. Since we're here, we can look at how our sound looks waveform wise. This. We can also hit Alt W on the mixer, but I don't know. I'd rather this. I'm using the cell as a level reader right here. We have around a threshold of around -15 or so, -17, 18, somewhere around that line. That feels good, especially if you use a RMS type of thing. Where's Wave Candy? Come here. It's given a nice consistent sound. It sounds it sounds fitting. But yeah, that's practically the first part when it comes to mixing, cutting off all the EQ sounds. What time is, or how long have I been recording? I've been recording for 31 minutes. I don't want to make this video too much, but just know EQ cutting is definitely the first thing you could do. And then you could throw in other effects on it when it comes to, like, I don't know, for the hat you want possibly a chorus effect maybe. I don't know. This is all like playing around. Put the chorus first. I don't know, throwing in some effects. I almost forgot about compression. Maybe I could leave that in the next video. Yeah, because this one's pretty long. Alright guys, I'm going to end it like this. In the next video, we'll go about compressing and doing the extra stuff that we want to give in effects. Yeah, thank you guys and girls for watching. Thumbs up the video if you're enjoying this series. If you got any friends you want to show this video to help them out, let's say you're an artist, you want the producer to be better or something, show them the video. Don't tell them that you showed them because of that. And if you're watching the video now because of that, he does it because he cares, or she, whatever. Alright guys and girls, my name is Justin Omoi. Thank you guys and girls for watching, and as always, peace. I'll see you on the next one.